Well, hello there, human tippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it to. Today is Smoke Grenade Masterclass 101. I want to really break down how you can use smoke to further your achievements within the game, to win games, to be defensive and offensive behind the hazy wall of smoke. Now, a lot of people know that I've done a video on this before, but I didn't cover off on absolutely everything. It was kind of like the basics of smoke. I'm going to show you probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different examples of me using smoke. Now, I'm not going to use ones that I've used in lots of other videos, but I want to cover off both on the aggressive stuff, where you can get shots off outside of smoke, on the defensive stuff, where you use it to revive people, on when you should be using it and why you should be using it, and which situation is it going to be the most successful in. Now, this is a game where I was just with a random guy. I accidentally forgot to turn off random matchmaking, and as such, I was just going all kinds of nuts over here on the hill, and he just wandered off on his own and started shooting and really didn't do the right thing and got absolutely wrecked for it. I had my hands full back here while he's, like, I'm shooting targets. They're coming in all over the place, and he's just heading off towards the smiley face on the top of the map there on the mini-map for some unknown reason, and he obviously gets wrecked. This is Smoke Grenade 101. Now, if you are in squads, if there is, he goes down. If you are in squads, if you're doing anything at all, you need to be aware. Now, I was legitimately wondering about not reviving him, because I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally gone into random teammates. I've gone and revived them, and I've died, and I've done like 2,000 damage, and they've done like 100. But the thing is, I'm a father, and I know that he might just be a kid, and he's over there, and he's knocked, and he's saying help, and I'm like, you know what? I got to go do that. It's tugging on my heartstrings. Got to go help a man up. But he's in a horrible position. He's just been knocked. There's obviously people who have overlook on him. So what do? Pull out your trusty can of smoke. This is absolutely the standard operating procedure for smoke. You chuck the smoke, you have it ready to go. You don't need a gun in your hand running up to him. You want to chuck it because there is obviously a delay between the smoke landing and you don't want to be standing there waiting for it to go off and moving around, getting the best angle. I just came from that direction. There's probably no one over there. So we're putting the smoke behind us as a wall. That's something else to pay attention to, where you put it. So I've got a solid structure, I've got a smoke structure, and it's working very, very well. That's Smoke 101, the basics, the must-know, have to do it. It is an easy situation here. Let me show you a situation where it's not so easy. This is Ouija and myself, Chappos and Swiss Cheese on a squad game, and we're in a wide open field. The grass isn't really rendering. The zone is coming in. I am the only one who's in a really good position here because I've got 2 bits of greenery and foliage that are going to keep rendering regardless, and then a tree further ahead. So I'm not really going to get spotted doing the pro lean out here and getting the tag on. You can see we're right on the edge of the zone line. I'm a meter from the zone line. Ouija, however, is not in such a friendly position. We tag him right there in the downstairs window. Ouija's about to get nailed, and big style. Now, this is an open field. The grass is probably not rendering for those guys. They are over 150 meters away, which means all this wheat, the field of wheat, it's not really helping Ouija at all. So I've got to go over and get Azza up. The zone is coming in. I'm going to chuck this man, but I'm going to do it from cover. I'm going to bounce it into him, and he's going to crawl forward into it, and then we're going to sit on that smoke together. There's the zone. Now, that is something you've got to be very, very aware of. If you are the guy who is getting revived in the smoke, you have to move to the smoke. Look, we are in the worst position in the world. We're still going to get him up. Still going to get the kid up. It's incredibly effective. Chappos is going to get knocked across the other side of the field. It's funny how all these are around Pachinki, hey? I didn't even think about that. And we're going to do what I like to call the stepping stone. The stepping stone is very, very straightforward. You keep a whole bunch of smokes, and I pick up... There are games where I will sometimes have 9 or 10 smoke grenades in my bag. I'm going to chuck that one. I'm going to wait for it to pop back here at the safety of the wall, and then I'm going to run to that smoke. And then I'm going to chuck another one. Chappos is going to crawl towards me. I'm running... I'm making a very, very nice, safe stepping stone area. So it's one smoke into another, and each smoke is further than the one before. And that allows me to move forward all the way to Chappos. He crawls towards my last smoke gren, and we get him revived. In the middle of an open field, outside Pachinki, the guy that knocked him is behind us with an M24. Like, This is a really, really obvious thing for me. When you start using it, you will realize that you need to pick those smokes up. I will carry 5 smokes over a frag grenade. Like, smoke's great. It just literally saves your bacon and those of your teammates as well. Let me show you another one. And another thing to remember is sometimes if you're in the middle of an open field, drop another smoke halfway through the last one. It gives your companion a chance to actually get up, and then revive and get the job done. And that's really, really important. It gives you a chance to stay alive. You don't have to just use it, though, to get yourself or your companions into a good position. You can see I'm in a terrible spot here. There's a guy overlooking us, and we have to get to the school area there. We've got to get out of this horrible spot. We're going to boost up, and then we're going to do exactly what we did last time with Chapos. But instead of going to get a revive, we're going to use it to create a wall of smoke that we can run around behind to a much more convenient location. And you're going to see we let that one pop, and you wait for the first one to go. Then you just mosey on across. I even have time to loot. I mean, I'm even swapping over all my loot, getting the stuff that I really want. Look at that. Good luck. I do not get hit once. Good luck with your camping school and everything else, buddy. Nah, nearly to the end, guys. Very short, very sweet. I'm getting towards the end of the game. There's a bunch of people camping this area. Now, you can do this with an airdrop crate, but I don't know why more people don't do it with these crates, just your stock standard crates. You need some supplies. You need a med kit or whatever you need, whatever you feel you need. You've got all these smoke grenades. There's only 20 people left alive. They know where you are. Why not throw smoke if you want to loot that crate? You don't have to stand there moving around and jiggling all the time. I want his AWM. I'm going to chuck some smoke, and I'm going to get his AWM, and I'm going to do it and go through all his gear and decide what I want without having to worry about getting a headshot. It might feel like a waste, but smoke is so easily and readily available, and it's so much better to use it than not use it. Finally, I'm going to show you an offensive maneuver we use with smoke all the time. And you've seen, if you've watched the channel for any length of time, you'll know that this is like my race and death. This is what I do all the time. So we just hit. There's a guy in the long grass there with a Vector. I mean, 2 guys just lying there in the grass. He's got no visual. I'm going to chuck 2 smokes. Now, I got myself healed up first. The reason I did that was because there's no point. It's like the airline. You don't put your child's mask on first. Get your own on first, and then you can help Azza, or Mr. Ouija as we call him. And then we're going to use the lean on the edge of the smoke. Now, you lean on the edge of the smoke because smoke is very, very hard to get a solid bearing on. It's very hard to see shapes on the edge of the smoke, but it's a lot harder to see the guys that are leaning out of the smoke than it is for them to see you, because you're not behind smoke. You don't have that constantly moving. I'm chucking down the artillery barrage here, just causing all kinds of a ruckus. And then I'm going to go move to the left. We're just going to get one guy. There he goes. He takes out the guy that he knocked earlier. And we're leaning around. Watch the edge of the smoke here. It's very, very easy to get that target, but it's very, very hard for them to get me. That's very, very aggressive use of the smoke. But it's great in an open field to run that and do that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's Smoke 101. Smoke Masterclass. These are the things you need to be using it for. It's offensive. It's defensive. It's there as a safety net. If you've got 8 smokes, you're getting towards the end of the game and you want to loot that crate, drop a smoke over the top of it. Crawl into the smoke and take all the time in the world that it needs to actually get things up. I like doing videos like this. I think they're important videos for the community. I think they're the kind of things that people can really get a lot of value from and improve their gameplay. Gameplay isn't just all about winning the encounter with the strafing and the headshot and all that. It's also about playing smart, keeping your teammates alive and keeping yourself alive. Look after yourselves, and until next time, stay safe on the battlefield.